Experience is not the asset people claim it to be, of course. It's very important. But what's even more important was the standard. While I left Rwanda for Canada to do my PhD, and I was lucky to work in some organization, and I could see them bringing in pretty junior staff, but then they're coming into a very strong system with strong standard, and they were able to deliver and grow in such a rapid pace. That changed my paradigm altogether. So when I came back and when I started AQS, I need to invest into a system, structure, and standard, and finding a way to maintain them, holding people accountable. And what was possible in Canada will absolutely be possible in Rwanda. But every bet has a cost. And I just want to be super brutally honest with you guys on what was the cost, but also some of the benefit of it. So the cost is Welcome back to Impact and Ion. My name is Inda Ruton, founder and CEO of Africa Quantitative Sciences. We are based in Kigali, about to celebrate our 4 years anniversary. I was pretty excited about it. Today, as you can see, there's no guest, it's just me. And the goal is to start discussing with you guys, founders out here, potential entrepreneur, anyone in the field, to discuss what I'm going through, hear from you, and hopefully you learn one thing or two on what you're doing and be part of this journey. The goal absolutely is to share with you what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and why we are trying to do what you're trying to do. Podcast will be a bit different. Sometimes we'll come with a guest, other times just me and you conversing. The goal is to make it short, between 15 and 30 minutes max, and we have one topic to share with you guys. And today the one I'm sharing is the one that is close to my heart. We are calling it the intern bait. Why? Because as of now, when I see in AQS, more than 80% of those we are working with, most of them started as intern. So they came in with nothing. No portfolio, no CV, just a name. And some of them were not confident at all. But then what I was looking for, is this person passionate about what they're trying to do? Is this person coachable? How does this person deal under pressure? And I'll go a little bit deep on what we put in place as structure to make sure that this is it's not a gamble, right? Because they're working on real problem with real client and high profile for that matter. So welcome to this episode. Yeah, so what was my bet? My bet was experience is not the asset people claim it to be, of course. It's very important. But what's even more important was the standard. While I left Rwanda for Canada to do my PhD, and I was lucky to work in some organization, and I could see them bringing in pretty junior staff, but then they're coming into a very strong system with strong standard, and they were able to deliver and grow in such a rapid pace. That changed my paradigm altogether. So when I came back and when I started AQS, I had this platform, I need to invest into a system, structure, and standard, and finding a way to maintain them, holding people accountable. And what was possible in Canada will absolutely be possible in Rwanda. So again, the other part is when you hire someone who's experienced, you're not just hiring the experience, you're also hiring the environment that shaped him. Those bad habits, excuses, poor quality work. So you need to deal with that, right? So which take time, and when founders with me, that's the one thing we don't have with us. We don't have time. So again, I saw it work somewhere, and we were doing frontier type of work. Why not in Rwanda? Why not in Africa? What we started was our onboarding was pretty serious, and we didn't give our intern time to bring coffee or doing some meaningless work They went through the thick of it right away. But then they had a lot of support. So they'll be working with someone who has been in the company for quite some time, and no document would leave the company without being reviewed by myself. And every department has SOPs and that they need to follow. And we were lucky, and we adopted very early the use of AI. So it's like, use it to learn, produce a document, you'll get feedback, and at the end of it, we got quality work. We push them to capacitate themselves. That was in the KPIs. You need at least every month to do a Coursera course, or any type of course, and present it. So that was mandatory. That was part of you being part of AQS. The second part, which is even more crucial, I didn't do it because it's fun to do, romanticizing it in any way, shape, or form. We didn't have the human resources to do what you're trying to do. So only one option: either do like everyone else does, bring some expert from US and Europe, come do something and go back. And that was contrary to the philosophy of AQS. It's like, we need to build in Africa, by African, on African problem. And translated it, this has to be built by Rwandans in Rwanda, working on Rwandan problems. So that was no choice. We needed to bring the most capable and bring them in-house, give them all the materials from access to mentors, to access to SOPs, that's the standard, to access to artificial intelligence to keep on augmenting what they're doing, and to a level of standard and accountability that they're not used to. And yeah, so that's why, and that's probably one of the reasons of the success, as I saw. The company grew tremendously in 3 years, almost 4. Most of them are continental leaders in what they're doing, and the type of work they're doing has been praised both locally and globally. So that's our bet, but every bet has a cost. And I just want to be super brutally honest with you guys on what was the cost, but also some of the benefit of it. So the cost is, of course, the speed. Something that would take me, or someone more experienced, 2 hours will take a day, 2 days, 4 days, and that you need to bear with it, right? And so we needed to create artificial deadlines so that I can work on it very early, get this messy type of work, which lead to the second cost. The second cost is the rework. So it's like, we will get a document, it's like, wow, I need to start from scratch and do all the work. But then I said, but so adding the benefit. The benefit is that we've been building system now. It's like, if this can be done by someone who's starting at this with zero experience, when we get someone with a little bit of experience, this will go even faster. So there was no total loss. But then that build into the third cost, which is emotional. Always repeating the same thing to someone and go back and repeat the same thing. It's heavy, and most of them are young. I have to be honest, some of them probably could be the dad in age. So how can you force them to do what they're supposed to do? And you know that this will help them grow. So the emotional cost was heavy. But also then the fourth one, which goes with it, it's the credibility risk. It's if something escapes you, or because of the rework you have to do, you don't have time to review, and this need to be sent to a client. If there is a massive mistake in the document, how would you recover from it? So that was really, really heavy on me. But then what came out of it is absolutely mind-blowing. You just go on it and see what those guys are doing. As I said earlier, like they are at least at the level of Rwanda, and very soon at the level of the continent, they are really leading in their own field, from monitoring and evaluation to research, to developing data tool, to marketing. Like all those young people, it paid off. Like the type of work they've been doing, as I said, been praised locally and globally. Everyone wonders, are these Rwandans are doing this, or Africans are doing this? Just a small story. We developed a tool for Central African Republic. It was funny, but also a bit sad. They were like, this group of Rwandan there is a firm in France that's doing all the work. But I know this was done by some of my colleagues, very young one out of high school, Rwanda Coding Academy. It was the one leading the work, but its quality were people wondering where this is coming from. Yes, there is a cost, and it's really, really heavy. There's a lot of sleepless nights, but that's like, as I say, that was front loaded. Now this led to AQS being ISO certified, ISO 9001. We are probably in this field, the field of ICT, the only organization with this type of certification. We are now in the process of getting the ISO 27001 as well, and we'll get it in record time. All those systems we're building for those interns is paying off. And again, by the end of the year, in terms of standard and quality work and systematizing excellence, will probably be one of the few organizations that can showcase with global certificate what you are able to do. Yeah, so we, again, now we can systematize, as I said, excellent type of work in a systematic way. I keep on repeating it because it's very important. And the time now it's taking us to get someone to speed is shorter and shorter and shorter, and the benefit from that, from all those years, from 2022 to now, is paying off. But if I would talk to myself back in the beginning, and 2022, beginning of 2023, I would like, pause a bit, don't scale too quickly. Don't bring them all at the same time, right? But again, as we have been discussing, the mission for me, it's way too important. But again, if I were to go back, is build this, bring in few, build a system, and then scale. But I brought a lot of interns at the same time, and the mentorship and the support was not as well as should be, and some projects took way too long as it should be. But now look at us, ISO certified, and with a system that turned those interns into high capable professional in record time. Like it's taking us 2 to 3 months to really see if someone is meant to do excellent work. So we are able to, in a short period of time, get intern with no experience to decent professional. One piece that's very, very important, and it took me way too long to understand and master, but who can master it, is the accountability part. Is parting ways with some of those ones with whom you created strong relationship. Again, I say the difference in age, the age of their dad, right? So how can you tell someone that this is not working and tell the person to go? But that's very, very important. You can't not do that. And it's something that has to be still systematized. We do audit for standard on a monthly basis for each department. And whenever there is a deviation to the SOP, the team is asked what happened. What will you do to make sure that next time when we are doing an audit, we're not getting this same non-conformity? We have probably one of the most elaborated job description. It's not just marketing. We have also metrics on how you need to do it. Most organizations, when they are strict, they do evaluation on a quarterly basis. Some on a yearly basis. We do our evaluation on a monthly basis. and there is something that goes with it. If you are outperforming your evaluation, you'll get some reward getting way to earn more. And if you are doing it okay, that means from 90 to 100%, then you keep on doing what you're doing. But then we'll ask you, why can't you do better than you're doing? The goal is to get better each day. But then if you're below 70%, then we'll put you on PIP really quick. PIP is a personal improvement plan. Again, PIP is probably, those who are going PIP probably will excel somewhere else, but our standard is pretty high. That's how we are turning exceptional human beings. But the accountability part, I guess that's the central piece of it. And the more I'm learning, the quicker I have to separate with some team members. Because the cost of keeping someone who's underperforming is too pricey, if I may say so. It's if X is a high performer and Y is a poor performer and Y is being tolerated, how long do you think X will keep on overperforming? And as one of my mentors told me, that if you are to take what they call the average of the culture, if there's any metric for that one, it's never the same average that we know in statistics, where you're adding everything and dividing by the number of observation. The smallest, the one with the lowest score on that culture, that's the average. If you tolerate that person, that's what you're doing for your company. So I'm super passionate about this because it's hard, it's painful. But if you have something important to build, you need to do that. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. It's really painful. And this is probably one of the most difficult things you need to do. It's letting go someone that you've created affinity with. But your responsibility is not for yourself and your cowardice. It's for the high performance. It's for the mission. It's for the one you want to serve. So please put in place system that will help you and help them know where they are, keep on improving, and please don't hesitate. Don't take too long in letting people go, parting ways. Most time than not, from my experience, those who left AQS, they are thriving out there. They're absolutely killing it. They're doing well wherever they are, and leadership position. They're paid 10 times more that you're paying them. And most of them are super grateful for the time they spent in AQS. Because the intensity, the culture of hard work, whenever they go, they find themselves being the exception. And that's all we owe them. I owe even that person that I'm parting ways with to make sure that he understands why accountability is very important. And why the only thing that matters is what you're producing, not how cool of a person you are, because the value is what are you putting out there? What's your not output, let's call it outcome. And if you don't teach them early, aren't you part of the problem? Let's go on the outcome. 80 to 90% of everyone who came through AQS who started as intern. What was the result? Almost 4 years in, AQS was selected at regional level as the best company in the SME category in service provision. We are ISO certified. We've worked with global organizations like Johns Hopkins University. Johns Hopkins University has been, maybe for the last 100 years, the #1 school of public health globally. We've worked with top 3 consulting firms like Boston Consulting Group. They came and worked with us. We've worked with the like of Resolve to Save Lives, founded by Tom Frieden, one of the leading epidemiologists globally. We've worked with the regional office of the WHO. We've worked with Ministry of Health. We are working with RMS. They're deciding not to work with McKinsey and they like to work with AQS because of the quality of what we are doing. It's something that we are proud with. And this is the fruit of all those interns. Most importantly, we are working with some organization because we believe in evaluating ourselves. We are looking at what's the level of accountability, what's the culture like, and everyone is shocked by the level of ownership in the team. Everyone owns what you're doing. They love to do what you're doing. Almost everyone in the company, I know have said no to opportunity that pays 2, 3, 4 times more than they're getting in the company. Again, those in the field will understand. When Trump closed USAID, everyone in the knowledge economy understand, especially in these settings. Most of clients came from USAID, but we survived it, and we're still thriving. It's so thrilling to see that a country like CAR with no resources, that the team was able to build a tool that is owned by the government, and they're so happy that they're extending our contract to try to expand what we are doing in the following year. This is the outcome of trusting young Rwandan, young African. As we said, as we always said at AQS, built in Africa, hosted in Africa, owned by Africa. Not just the systems and infrastructure. It's even the people who are doing the work. So what can you steal? First of all, you need to have the standard written down before hiring the first one. That goes with it. Accountability need to be documented. You need to spend time, make sure that no one feels that this is subjective. So document it, make sure that it's not emotional, if you see what I mean. It's not like, because it goes with the trust in the team. Because I said this, that's why he's doing this. It has to be documented. Everyone needs to know what are we expected to do. When I don't do it, it's written, it's documented, I'm being informed. You need to make sure that the price of it. You need to make sure that you are the quality gate, or you need to hire outside quality gate. They're doing the work, and someone more experienced need to look at it thoroughly. It takes time, it takes resources. The other part that is extremely important as well, don't let them waste time doing meaningless work. Let them do responsibility early, but of course they have the net, the safety net, which is the quality gate. That could be you or someone else you're hiring. Onboarding is a very important step in what you're doing. They need to understand where they're going. That quality is quality. That we don't accept substandard work before they start working on it. They need to understand that you own the quality of your output. You can ask help anytime. You have access to the best resources. This is one of the most luckiest generation, because there is this tool called AI that will guide you, will help you ask help intelligently. So use it for Christ's sake, right? So with all that in mind, I'm not saying this is the only way to build it. You can look for those experienced ones and get the job done. But if I'm to restart, this is the way I'll go. Because not just for those who stayed, even those who are outside, the type of work they are doing, they're changing the culture where they are. Most of them were promoted very quickly. All of them, to be honest. Anyone I can talk with. So that type of impact, changing not just AQS, but also the whole ecosystem.
Thanks for listening. If you are founder, anyone who's discussing, wrestling a little bit about talent, hiring, acquisition, please share this episode. Maybe it can be of any help. Thank you, and see you to the next.